What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Felonard, subprime hero.
And we are excited to bring to you another Interbrew, another fun one, actually one of a kind. This DealerCast 2.5. Yeah. And we're doing this with the one, the only,
Larry Roos.
Welcome to the party, brother.
What's up, bro?
Man, we're excited.
I love doing two of these live. This is awesome.
Yeah,
we may have to make this a quarterly thing.
I think we should.
We got to do something. We
need to do it down in Houston too.
We'll do it down in Houston.
We'll go down to Houston. We'll have a good time down there, eat some good foods. Maybe we do it at a restaurant one time. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. We've got to do something like that. These live ones are the best.
They are, great time. Obviously you guys see we're one light today. Jeff is on some calls right now talking to some important
We had
clients.
to cut them loose.
Yeah, we did. We had to cut them loose today, right? So, but Jeff, shout out to you. Thank you so much for your support and what you do. Man, it's been great to hang out with you this week. We've been having a great time here at NIADA right here in the corner, having fun with the team over here. There's all kinds of great activity going on. More importantly, we've been hearing a lot of buzz. Like, what's the thing that these guys are constantly talking about? And we talked about it yesterday on the show. We talked about leads a little bit. We kind of sprinkled it. And we're going to get a little deeper in that today. I'm excited to talk about that. But we got the Dynamite Monkey in the house, right? I got to tell you guys right now.
Shout out to Dennis Galbraith.
Yeah.
Dennis, that's your creation, sir.
So let's before I do want to, not get too deep into it, but I do want you to tell the story of Dynamite Monkey. Give him a quick
you do not want me to tell it.
We got to tell him because clean version.
Oh man!
And you're allowed to tell it now,
yes.
Right? But you guys this is legendary because you guys became great friends, and of course, but it was great because it was completely opposite views. Tell everybody a little bit.
Well, I mean that all started. I don't even remember which digital dealer it was.
It's one of the first ones.
But one of the ones I keynoted, and I had data that we had pulled together from several different dealers, several thousand, and it came down to third-party leads versus first-party leads,
right?
And where the quality came from, and the data showed that the third-party leads from at that time cars.com. This was several years ago,
right?
That those leads just didn't perform as well as first-party leads as you would expect them to, and actually performed almost last or next to last in the list.
Mm-hmm.
And as we went through the data and on that keynote, Dennis Galbraith, who was working for cars.com at the time, had a session right after that keynote session.
Right.
And he opened his session this way. Larry Bruce is the reason we don't give dynamite to monkeys. And I'm assuming that he meant give data to somebody who does the analysis. What he doesn't realize, I didn't even do the analysis myself. I mean, we had other people who did the analysis. I just kind of looked at it, and we did the program off of it. But anyway, long story short, and he ends that with, and you can tweet that. And you saw phones go, wow. And everybody in the room was doing this.
Oh yeah.
When I'm in these shows, I don't check my phone. I'm talking to my dealers. I'm talking to potential customers. We're engaging in person. Thank God, because that's the way we used to do it, and the way I love doing it. And so I think it was Glenn Garvin who came to me and said, "Hey man, have you checked Twitter or social media?" I'm like, "Well, no. I don't do that one." He said, "You need to take a look."
It went viral, guys.
And so I went and looked, and I was like, "This is awesome!" So I went and bought DynamiteMonkey.com. I got Dynamite Monkey on Twitter and Facebook, and the whole Dynamite Monkey thing just kind of grew into one. I think for 2 years we had flying monkeys across the digital dealer. I think we were having flying monkey wars and digital dealer at one time between me and I think it was our booth and Ben's booth and somebody. So we had fun, and that's so, it's so, this is off topic a little bit, but
no, it's actually not. Actually, it's not.
It's that we were all competitors at that time.
Yep.
And this was probably 2008 to 2015 or somewhere in there, or 2015. We were all competitors, but we were all friends.
Yeah.
And we and yeah, we would beat each other's product up. Bet your rear end I would. And I'm taking Sean Stapleton's gig. Shout out to you, Sean.
Yeah,
but I'm
Sean.
taking it if I can. And he's going to do the same to me. But none of us got mean about it. But somewhere along the line, things got mean. People started making this personal. And I don't even really know where it started. But people started making this personal. And, I mean, you can tear up my product. You can tear up my knowledge. We can debate that all day long. But let's keep it on the knowledge and the product and the professional stuff. Getting off into the personal ideas or the personal stuff, people's personal lives and what happens on those personal things. That's just wrong. So that's just wrong. Let's keep this on the level of the product and ultimately in the end, you should never be attacking somebody else's product just to attack the product.
I agree with you on
You
that.
do that to help the dealer. You truly believe you can help the dealer. I truly believe I can help the dealer. I'm not going to really attack. I don't really attack other people's product. We poke holes just like everybody would. But I hope we get back to that. Where we can be friends, go have a beer, and not be mad at one another. Right?
I agree. I think that there's a healthy level of competition that's needed. Because the only way your product gets better is because you see other people doing better things.
Right.
So you're like, you know what, I need to innovate too. And that pushes you to constantly innovate. And that's, Larry, I'm going to tell you something. I love that about you. You're constantly looking for ways to innovate. You've been in this industry for a long time. And like
nobody wants to say it.
But that being said, you've been in it and you've seen it, man. But yet you've been able to stay relevant because you're constantly innovating, right? You're constantly looking for ways to make things newer, to take traditional technology and turn it into new technology, right? And then vice versa, right? I love how you find all the ways to make that work, and I love that. The Dynamite Monkey story, we're going to keep talking about it, folks. You're going to probably be hearing a theme going on. We're going to make this viral again.
I can already see the flying monkeys are coming
Shirts
back.
are coming back.
Flying
hats,
Monkey Wars, get ready for it.
Flying Monkey 2.0, right? We're going to make that happen.
We're going to have the Flying Monkey Wars. That's happening.
So I love it. I'm excited about that. I do think that it's great. I do see I think the playing field is getting closer to that. I think that, there's always going to be a little bit of, like you said, poking some holes inside someone else's product, but I think it's going to help each other grow. By poking a hole in someone's product, all you're doing is helping them get better.
Yeah.
It's up to them to change
I
it.
love it when I hear, shortfalls in our system, shortfalls, because I want to go fix those shortfalls. I want to make sure that what we're doing is right and best for the dealer. And sometimes, I love the, we do operate here at PSX. We operate on a lot on the Steve Jobs model. Again, if I'd asked Henry Ford or if I'd had like a Henry Ford model, if I'd asked customers what they wanted, they told me a faster horse. That's not what are you trying to accomplish? And I think at the end of the day, we're all trying to accomplish selling more cars, making more money, operating our businesses more efficiently. And it's so weird to see it at this conference come full circle. It's almost like they're tearing down all the old or the newer, all these kind of fancy processes that came up during COVID, and how this was how online was going to replace a salesperson, and that's not the first time that's been attacked.
Right. No, it's been talked about for 20 years plus.
It's been a couple of times. But we're going to change the process, and Amazon's coming to take over your deal. No, they're not.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Yeah, let me know how that works out for you, Jeff. You probably ought to stick to rockets, because you're not making it there. These things are not going to happen that way. People are still going to buy from people. But in this conference, kind of what I've heard is like, how do we get better? How do we get more and better leads? Right? Okay. And so, and that's good. I'm going to tell you something. Starting from the marketing side, it starts with your existing customer relational marketing database. That's what we called it when I started building them in 1999. What they're called today is CDPs. Now, and there's more data that you can get from them, but, getting your arms around your existing customer database and the transactions and what's happening on the floor, what's happening on your website, what's happening with them personally, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it starts.
Yep.
This is a foundation. So if you've got all these grand plans and you don't have a foundation, then you're in trouble. And if you think your CDP is what's in your DMS, you're also in trouble because it's a lot more than that.
Yeah. 100%.
And it has to be, data's one thing, but it takes data. Then it takes a smart person to take data and turn it into information. It takes an even smarter person to take information, activate somebody on it, and act. And if you don't have data, information, activation, action, if you don't have all of it, then you've got a CDP, and it's a really big paperweight.
Right. And I think we would even say then what you're really doing is you're just monkeying around.
Yeah,
okay?
monkeying around.
That's what's happening.
Nice.
And we don't want to monkey around, right?
No.
We don't want to monkey around with
There's no money in
stuff
monkeying
like
around.
No.
There's no money in it.
So take us through some of this, Larry. When we talk about getting the leads and we talk about the processes that go into, all right, from the marketing all the way down to the delivery to the keeping them engaged after they leave. Flip this funnel upside down for us real quick, and let's go ahead and go to the top spot of it, and let's talk about what it should actually look like, what we should try to assemble and build when trying to solve these problems within our stores.
First of all, just get a handle on your customer. Get a handle on your customer database, and get a handle on the email marketing within your customer database. Just start there. I know it sounds archaic to you now. It was totally in 1999. This was way out there, right? But just start, get your existing customer database, get it cleaned up. Now, the first step is there's a lot of duplicates in there. So you're going to duplicate that. I'm going to tell you exactly how to duplicate it right now, so that you can write this down, so that you can articulate this to a coder, to somebody who's going to do it, right? Because you're not going to do it. But here you deduplicate your current customer database. Start with mobile number. It will be the most unique thing in that data set.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, get rid of all the duplicate mobile numbers. Then go to home phone number. But keep in mind, this can be duplicated for Mary and Bob, who both live together and are married.
And their children.
Right. So when you look at the home number, look at the address.
Yeah.
Okay. So the address, and before you go do all that, okay, then take the data set, run it through national change of address, and then have them bounce that off of the USPS Postal Service address standardization, because everybody will start to spell Main Street differently. And if you can get the USPS and the Postal Service to streamline your database, I forget what it's called right now. It'll come to me in a minute. But you standardize those addresses, match your address with your phone number. The two phone numbers, two addresses. That's one household, which one phone number, one home phone number, one household, two people. Yep. So once you've got the addresses standardized, then you can match those, and now you're householding. And now that I've got two people in this household, and then once you have that data set done with the email and it's all deduped, then run it through national change of address. And if anybody's outside of your market area, and that's pretty broad these days. Back in the day, it wasn't. Right. But if they're outside your market area, or you feel like they're outside your market area, take them out. And now you've got a data set. That, and it's a very rudimentary data set. No doubt. But it's at least a data set.
You need
start there, right? If you're going to do this on your own, start there, right? And then you can grow your data set outside of that to start to add other things into your CDP. But your CDP's foundation will be your existing customers that are in your DMS. Then you can add your customers in the same fashion from your CRM. And that existing data set will become the foundation, and everything that exists outside of it, every website touch, every floor touch, every deal desk, every vehicle that they look at, all these other data sets can then connect and come in later. They don't have to be there right up front. You don't have to build the perfect CDP right now if you're going to build it. Yeah. If you're going to do it, just get the foundation right and then start bringing it in as you go. Everything's an iteration. It's not all at once.
Love it.
Right? I learned this over 40 years. Well, I shouldn't say
that. He said it out loud.
Out loud.
Oh, no. My voice, but But I want
long
to
time.
I want to go back to what he just said a second. I just want to tap in once again. Lay a good foundation.
Lay a good
If you have
foundation.
a good foundation, you can build anything.
100%. So start with that good foundation, and then your email marketing is the foundation of your marketing. But it doesn't work without good data.
Sure.
So now that you have good data and you've got email, your email marketing is your foundation, and everything should rise up from there.
Yes.
Once you're doing your email marketing, then that should end up being a banner on your website and a landing page within your website. Then once you're doing that, once you have the email marketing banner and landing page, then that can go out to social media. Okay. But you see, at this point, we're a long ways into this, and I haven't talked about buying a single lead from anywhere or going to getting a single lead from doing anything. Start with your existing customer database. Start with email marketing. Raise yourself up, and then once you get this right, and this is Jenin, then you can go start getting leads off your website and optimizing your website. Then start buying clicks. Then start looking at SEO, at more advanced SEO, because you should have a foundational SEO. Every website should have that. But this whole notion of going out and buying leads. I mean, I hadn't heard that in a very long time, but I heard that in the show. Well, buy these leads. I mean, that's the worst thing you could do. Never buy a lead from anybody. Just don't. If you can't generate your own leads, you're in the wrong. You got to get a better marketing program, but do something else. Do not buy leads from anyone ever.
I love that. I love it. It's like, if you don't want to mine your own database, why not sell it? Because you'll let somebody
somebody else you make money off of.
They're going to sell those people, and you're not.
Yeah.
So might as well sell and let them get a fast jump on it. At least make something from your data.
Right.
But your data is going to pay you so much. The people that bought cars from you already know the experience. They want to do things with people that are familiar, places that feel good, smell good, places that treat them right. So your database, mine that mug.
Yeah. And if you're a dealer, this just straight out you're determined you're going to have your own CDP, and I get it. Because so many times you've done business with all these marketing companies, and they don't work out something, and you don't have anything when it's over, when you end the contract and something's not yours. So I get why you're trying to get it. I understand that part, but if you're determined to do it, just look at here. My email address, Larry@motoix.com, Larry@motoix.com.
Right there at the bottom, folks.
Send me an email. I'll send you step-by-step instructions on what you need to do to get it built. I'll help you step by step.
Ooh, baby. He's gonna make sure that you guys have it. That's him trying to help you. Listen, this whole show, DealerCast 2.5, this whole show is designed to give you information, to inspire you, motivate you, and to reach out. And it's not just during the show hours that we actually give this information. Reach out to any three of us, but definitely Larry. Larry's been doing it for a long time.
He knows.
Because he's been doing it, he knows and he sees it. But man, he's always, like I said, he's always looking for ways to innovate, and he's happy to help you innovate too. I mean, but if you don't even have to do anything magical,
right?
Just get your foundation right, mine your data, make sure that you reach
Start
out to people,
small.
Email marketing, get it out there, make it work.
Yeah, email everybody. And I know it sounds like direct mail. Actually, direct mail works pretty good.
It actually does.
I like it. But at the end of the day, start small, start somewhere. But if you're going to just build a CDP to say you have a CDP, don't do that, because realistically, it's not going to do you any good. The CDP doesn't do you any good without the mechanism to reach out to the customer.
And that's one thing that I do appreciate about most real boots on the ground car guys and car gals, is that they don't really like doing anything that doesn't seem to lead to car deal, right? If it's not actually producing business for us, we don't want to give it the attention, even if we don't know that these are seeds that are building up the business.
Right.
But when they do get the chance to be able to break it down, be very clear about what they're doing, then they get the opportunity to actually have that customer inside of the database. What are some of the awesome innovations that PSX is bringing to be able to actually help make sure that we do continue to nurture that customer? Because all of those customers, even if we said the right thing, it would have to be at the right time. We're not selling everybody today. Everybody's going to buy inside of their cycle. We just have to stay relevant until that day comes.
All leads are not created equal.
Amen.
Correct. And they're all going to show up. A customer is going to buy when they're going to buy inside of their flow. We help assist it, but we don't make them do anything. But what
we answer questions.
Yeah.
You know, we did it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I mean, yeah, I'll get you guys. We maybe put it in the show notes or whatever. We did a speed to lead study. I think we ended this last one the first quarter of this year. We do one every year. You know, the part of that study is asking the customers, you know, what did you contact the dealer for? And it comes down to three things. And you guys know what it is. It's the one thing you don't want to answer. How much does it cost? What are you going to give me for my trade? And what are my payments going to be?
That's it.
That's what 88% of the people, these are the three things they want to know. And whether you like it or not, they're there. And so you got to answer them because of the hey, there's Jeff. Loose is loose, evidently.
Loose
and back
got
here.
loose.
And got loose. And he showed back up. Oh, man.
So we matched. That's our outfit.
Yeah,
I love it.
By accident.
Looking good, guys.
No,
Looking
you
good.
got the memo. So anyway, so you know, 88% said they did that's what they were looking for. Less than 3% of them said they got the answers they were looking for.
I really like the picture.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
at the end of the day, because we've been trained, right? I know I was trained on how not to answer that question. Probably many of you.
Evade, how to shift
How to
it,
yeah,
how to move
do the
them
Mexican
over,
hand dance
right.
around it, and whatever it is. Whatever I mean, we were all trained on how not to answer that question. I'm going to say something today. Yes, I said it. Forget that training. Just answer the question.
I love it.
Just stop. And you stop with the whole you answer the question. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of nuances to that question. You know,
Yes.
I mean, how much is it? How much am I going to give you for my trade? Well, you know, I've got to see the trade. There's reconditioning that goes in the trade. I mean, yes, you've got to be able to answer the question, but you don't have to answer the question with a number. There are plenty of the right word tracks are along the line, or basically along the lines of, hey, look, I've got to take a look at the trade to see what kind of reconditioning we're going to have to put into it. I got to do some evaluation as to whether or not it's a good trade for us, or whether we're going to have to do what we're going to have to do with that trade, either retail it here or sell it outright. But at the end of the day, I'm in this to make money. Just like the guy on TV on Pawn Star says, I'm not going to buy it from you and then turn around and sell it at the same price. I got to make a profit in this deal. Just tell them they know. You're not telling them anything that they go, oh my God, you make profit.
Bad
Doing
word.
that. It's not a bad word, right? So but answer the question. Don't do the little things you've been trained to do to not answer the question, because the customer already knows you're trying not to answer the question. Just answer the question straight out. How much does it cost? Our retail price is $25,999. 100%. It's right there. It's on the website, dude. You're not getting away from it. So answer the damn question.
I've always heard that.
Right. So, that start by answering the question. But when you get the leads, the speed to that lead is the answer your lead in 10 minutes. 8 more sales. Even the same now. No different. 8 more sales just by being responsive. 8 more sales for every 100 leads. So if you get 400 leads, it's 24 sales in there.
Care, let them know that you're being transparent, give them the information. They know as much about it as we do at this point. It's fast.
Yeah. So you're not doing yourself any favors by not putting your prices on your website. You're not doing yourself any favors by not answering the questions. Just answer the question.
Because most of the time, what a customer wants is information.
Yeah.
It's always an information gathering
Exercise.
journey.
They want to feel
that
like they're
doing
empowered.
until
they
they
have enough
find
information.
where
Now
they're
they
at.
want to be empowered.
And they're going to find it.
So-
If they don't get it from you,
They're going to get it
they're gonna
somewhere.
from somewhere else.
So I got a question, and I only know this. I just spoke to a dealer, a friend of mine was talking about they don't put any price on their website. Okay, it's a squeeze page, straight up is what it is.
Okay.
They don't put any prices online, but they say that 30% of people who go to the website actually put their information in
With no prices.
with no prices
And before they see it,
before they even see a car, because there's no cars, nothing, not even a picture of a car on the website. But they say that works inside the same marketing company that they with in dealerships, that they're getting not even a quarter of that with their regular websites that actually have prices. So that being said, and so because I'm trying to point to him that he needs to switch his model to show his prices, because I believe, and this is what I told him. I said, great, but you're subprime only. That's what you're doing. You're going to get subprime customers, so your closing percentage is going to always be this percentage. You're always going to do this. You're going to get the hardest customers in the world. You're going to have your salespeople frustrated. These customers. That being said, for resale people, it's very difficult. And I love subprime. I'm subprime hero, guys, and I'm not trying to dog it. I'm just saying that's why it works there. But I told him, if you priced your cars, bro, you would get better clientele. You would have more range. You would have people, even though percentage less, you would have more people go to your website. You would have more people want to talk to you. You would have a better portfolio with your lenders. You would have all
But
these
he's not.
things.
But I guarantee you, and I haven't seen, never even heard, this is the first I've heard of this, right? I've not talked to Fred at all about this customer. Matter of fact, the first time you brought it up. But I would almost be willing. I'm willing to bet he is selling something on his squeeze page, but it ain't a car.
No, it's credit.
It's
He's
selling.
payments.
Yeah. So what you're getting is somebody who says, I don't really care what I drive. Just can I pay for it? Can I pay you for something to drive monthly? Basically, can I rent a car from you? That's essentially what it is.
I'm gonna pay good for myself.
Can I rent a car from you? Okay, fine. If that's what you're selling and you want to do it that way, I can see that working, sure. But that's not most of us.
No, it's not.
Right.
That's that guy, right? And
Special niche. It's a special niche.
But then I would ask,
Niche.
of the 30, let's say you're getting 1,000 visits and you're getting 300 of these 300 of these into your system. How many of the 300 are you actually putting on the road? Right? And then how much time does it take to put whatever percentage, call it 10%, right? Even if you are somehow closing 10%, I bet you're not. But let's just call it 10%.
I already know.
If you're getting 300 leads and you're putting 30 on the road, I'll bet you it takes you 5 times the amount of time to put those 30 on the road that it takes to put one decent credit person on the road.
Or intender that's not looking for a specific. So here's the thing, like, and it's 100%, and I agree with everything we're talking about here. And this is no disrespect. This is one of my best friends in the whole world that runs this store and does this way. But they're selling less cars now, so please don't take this the wrong way. You know who I'm talking to. It's time to
love you.
And I mean this with all the love. And I
I
mean this with all the love. You did a great job for 10 years, man. But it's time to change the model, or you're going to keep going this direction, bro.
Well, I mean, what is that? The definition of insanity.
Yes.
I just
keep doing the same old thing over and over.
I mean, the last 2 or 3 years was rocky, but the model's out there. It works. Be transparent. Get your prices out there.
Have some fun with it.
People want to be empowered.
And people will still, and you don't even have to lower the prices. I'm just saying, I want you to know that people will still pay it for the experience.
So whether you're doing that or not, you're generating your own leads. Now you're down into the how are we going to work it now, right?
Yeah.
Because not all of these are created equal. Not everybody's going to buy this month. Not everybody's going to buy this quarter, right? And
we're going to buy sometime. I hope.
Right, they're going to buy sometime. We hope. But even if they're not buying, even this year, I've still got their information. I'm still staying relevant in front of the customer. You're building a marketing database that doesn't cost per freaking click, for God's sakes, right? It just isn't
marketplace.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you're trying to build a list of customers that you can continue to talk to relevantly. Not just push the button. Don't do the e-blast. If you're doing e-blast,
please stop. Please stop now. Stop now. Stop
Save us all a lot of trouble. Help us.
Oh my
Don't
God,
e-blast. Please stop.
Don't get us started on contextual marketing.
Oh dear
really,
God.
the right message, the right person, the right time. Keep following up with them. That's first party marketing.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeff, help us break that open a little bit more on the importance of relevance, because you said that, Larry, and that the key is being relevant. I mean, break that open a little bit more on
In regards to marketing,
yes.
You know,
to the right person about what they would even be thinking about.
Well, where he talks about, your scores and stuff when it comes to email marketing, all these mass blast emails that you guys want to do, sending stuff out, nobody opens it. Over time, it just kills you. They stop getting them. They don't open them. They don't open them. Pretty soon, they won't even see that you have something to say.
That's
right.
So by breaking up your database into segments, so in this scenario, if I'm a buy here, pay here, high finance rate, whatever it is, if I start to cater to other audiences, we can contextually market differently to each one of those people, and you're growing your business. So if you're transparent, you can send the right message to the right person at the right time, follow up with them long term, and you start to build your database.
Yeah.
With PSX, we literally are double, tripling, quadrupling 5 times in your database with contextual information with phone numbers and emails and the ability to get the depth and breadth
enhancement.
and
That's a
market
way
them on something
bigger thing
specific
in your
to
CDP.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just saying you got to know who the person is, and that's
Right.
where format comes in. You
Yeah.
want to know who the person is
Right.
and market to them in a personal way. So the only thing that sets us apart, guys, everybody has a car, everybody has the same car. All they care about is the relationship, getting what they want, having the service, being transparent, and then they come back again and again. They tell people about it, and they come over as well. That's the key.
They want to feel valued.
They want somebody with
They want somebody that understands them.
Yeah.
And with technology today and the way that we can information gather and with correct training, it's silly that we don't. But we just make it all black and white with people. No, man, we got to cater to them.
Yeah,
and
to
help
get
them feel good.
not to get because Jeff gets mad at me when I start talking about how to build a watch, but not to get into how to build a watch. Here comes the monkey part.
Go Dynamite,
Yeah,
go!
We started off the
But
show with that.
you know, in the old days, this was all managed by the ISP, the internet service provider. He would block your email if you're spam, and all those days are over. Those are gone. Your email is actually being blocked at the client level, at the customer level.
Yes.
The customers, their software on their computer is blocking you because they're not interacting with your email, because they're not doing things with it's making decisions for them to keep your email out of the way because you're not being relevant. So you can't even go back and whitelist. We used to spend tons of time in whitelisting, and you got to still do it. But at the end of the day, even whitelisting is not going to save you now.
Right.
It's at the customer level. You just got to be relevant. You just got to do it well. I mean, it's like the old days when we used to everybody the black hat SEO and everybody was trying to trick Google. Google eventually catches you, and then and you can't trick them anymore. You're eventually weeded out. Penguin and all these things that happen to us over that period of time. You can't trick them anymore. Stop trying to trick your customers. Stop looking for the easy, quick win. Just do the right thing. It's time for that, right? And so
and it's been time for that. I mean,
yeah.
It's been time for
I
people
agree
to
with
make
you.
that pivot, to make that
100%.
adjustment. But now we're at a point where it's like forced transparency.
Yeah, now we
You know
have
what
to,
I mean?
right? Yeah.
It's totally different. Everybody's reacting in the way that like they're clamoring for answers that their heart hasn't quite connected yet.
Yeah.
Their mind has the info. Okay, I
Right.
get the info. I understand I got to watch out. I got to be careful. I got to have these things, but their hearts aren't really engaged into the process yet because you can tell because there's so many people that still aren't using the tools that they actually have.
Right. I totally agree with you, man. And here's the sad part. Somebody had to put us in line.
Yes.
We didn't do it ourselves.
Yes, that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't do it ourselves. Somebody came along, Google came along, internet service providers came along, because we kept abusing the privilege of talking to customers. So we kept abusing it, and it wasn't just us; it was thousands of other people doing the same thing. But eventually the marketers eventually abuse it so bad that the other people have to come in for the consumer and force you to do it right. It's sad but true. And so we're there now. Time to do it right. Here we go.
Eric, get in here.
So
folks,
we're going to bring
special
somebody
guest.
else into the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's getting crowded in here
This
now.
guy was spitting some wisdom last night. We asked him to come on. He's got all kinds of stuff we want to share. Get into it, Eric. I'm so excited.
Outstanding. How are
.com.
you?
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Wow.
But you guys had some great conversations starting to brew up yesterday, and it's still been kind of percolating up until now. And we're really, really excited about it. But for real quick, for some of our audience that may not know who it is that you are, what it is that you do, give them that 30-second spiel.
Give them the
Real quick on who it
5-liner.
is that you are, where you're from, and what you do.
My name is Eric Rienzi, and I'm a 30-year car veteran. Matter of fact, my first word was car as a child, so it's absolutely. I came out of the womb saying car, according to my mother, so no lie. I've been in the car business, like I said, almost 30 years. And doing so, I figured that you needed to have powerful domain names, right, with the internet and what have you. So I started buying domain names specifically related to the car industry. I recently went out and bought cardomains.com and been networking with some guys here based on some powerful names that I have. And if anyone's interested, they can go to cardomains.com and just reach out to us.
From the list you showed me, I think you have all the cards.
Yeah,
you guys are looking.
You got it from it.
I did ask if he has Dynamite Monkey. You say you still have it, so we're getting ready to roll it back out.
Yeah.
But
Actually, that's another interesting story. But I've got it.
Jeff, you were really, really pumped up about the opportunity for them to be able to get
I
a
was.
conversation going. What was it that was exciting you so
know,
much, and then kick it off?
When we partnered with NIDA to build the platform for e-retailing, there was such a special motivation behind that, and I was so blown away by the partnership and built the platform to Cal, that's brilliant. I love it. And I love it from a dealer. We understand it. NIDA understood it, but I want them to chop it up and talk about really what that platform is intended to do and why it's so special and what it's going to do for the independent dealers.
By the way, it was a huge pleasure walking and having conversations with you last night about it. It really was.
I mean, don't get me to talking. I'll get time. We may not ever get out of here. Yes. Go ahead.
I recognized the need for powerful names and just started buying them when they were available. For example, I own CertifiedPreOwnedCars.com and many others like it. And as far as we know, that's what the industry has coined the phrase. So if you're going to have a certified pre-owned car and tell the public that you want to find certified pre-owned cars, you might as well tell them to go to CertifiedPreOwnedCars.com. So I came to the NIDA convention to network with these gentlemen and get a better understanding of what it is that they're building and offer the name for use to them, so it could just help to grow the industry and keep us all, on, like you said, a more level playing field against some of the larger competitors. We all know who they are, and I just think that being here is a huge good experience for this. And if anybody has any questions, they can reach me on cardomains.com.
Well, the aha moment I wanted to share a little bit is we were talking about e-retailing the concept, and I said, hey, guys like Carvana, $4.14 a share back in January 2023, $108 now. How are the independents going to compete? How are they going to level that playing field? And you had a very passionate response to that.
Sure.
Like, we have to do that.
We collectively, we could beat them. There's no doubt about it. There's more of us, and if we all get together and build this product right, which is it's certainly going to happen. It's just been a long time in the brewing, I think, as I talk to these guys about how long they've been working on it.
We're here to brew solutions.
Yeah, baby.
That's it. Hey.
Yeah.
Collectively, we could beat them.
Heck yeah.
So, Larry, speak from the beginning. What you guys built, why you built it, what the motivation was, and let Eric chime in to really what the spirit of what it's supposed to be doing today. You got to get moving today.
Yeah, I think what we saw so many years ago when we started this process was that was the same thing that everybody saw, which is customers are wanting to do more online. Now I stopped that short, and I was like, I think they want to do more online. They want to see more transparency online, but they don't want to do it themselves. They don't want to go build the car, click. Let me spend 2.5 hours in front of the computer to build a car that I can't go buy anywhere. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do what they do want to see is they want to see, give me price. Same thing in our survey.
Yeah.
Give me the price, give me the payment, give me the trade, give it all up front. Show me some options. Let me compare. Let me see all the information and make the decision. And then I'll make the decision to buy from you, not from your dealership, from you. Right?
Back to that personalization, man. They want to care.
Right, because I believe you're going to be that resource to take care of me. I mean, I got people I go buy clothes from. I got people I go buy cars from.
Sure.
I mean,
but
they're people. I don't go to NeimanMarcus.com to buy them.
That's why I refuse to move from Kansas City. So I got a guy for everything. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, right. They're people. And so that, when we looked at that, but we've got to give them the tools to do that. And what ended up happening, and then think about what happened to Carvana when they removed the person. Right?
Yeah.
But now what have they done?
Yeah.
They put a person back in the middle of it. They actually have television commercials talking about the people. Right?
People buy from people.
And then at Carvana who are helping me buy this car. And all of a sudden now, stock price back up. Gross back up. Sales back up. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. So the question came to us. Well, okay, because and that's why we love these guys.
Solutionaries.
We're solutionaries. Why we love these guys. It's just like, how do we solve the problem? How do we solve it? And just like, realistically, how does this guy solve the problem?
Right.
He can't by himself. There's no way. He could. I mean, the amount of money it takes, and it's a lot of money. I know I built it.
Right.
It's a lot of money. Believe me, it's a lot of money. The amount of money it takes to build it is just ridiculous. And there's no revenue going to come in while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all go. All you can do is sit here and write checks, and believe me, it hurts.
It was built on the spirit of helping the independent car.
But we knew this was going to happen. We saw it coming.
They're eating our lunch, and it, collectively, there's no doubt about it. There's strength in numbers, right?
Yeah.
So we way outnumber them in sheer, numbers of guys and numbers of rooftops, locations,
right?
And numbers in inventory. At the end of the day, you guys built it out. It's just like a new car program, right? You got your certified checklist, whatever it is they do, up to so many years and miles, and what the things are you do, and we do the same thing in the used car industry, right? The certified pre-owned used cars, what have you. And at the end of the day, you just got to get it to the public and let them know that we have this product, and they'll come. Right?
Yeah.
Bill's
I don't
gonna
even, but I don't even know
I
if
think
do
the
you
market
really
is
need to
spoken.
give it to
This
the
is
right.
the experience
You're
people
getting
want.
to the customer. You're getting to the customer right now, a certain subset.
Sure.
And you, well, realistically, take the current subset I have and give them the experience
Okay.
so that they can go out and say, hey, I know when they're talking to their friends in the restaurant. Oh, I had this great experience with Carvana. I know. Hey, I
Yeah.
did the same thing with my dealer too, but I didn't need Carvana to do it. I got to buy it from
That's
my
right.
guy.
The personal guy
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
town.
It's not about the tool. It's
It's
about
not
the
a-
experience.
it's
The
not
market
about
is
the
spoken.
experience.
This experience they
I
want. Everybody
got
get on
this.
board and try to give them the same experience.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
know,
brain surgery.
it's right back. That's what's so interesting about my car brethren, because the
Mhm.
first thing we want to do is take it way up here and get a whole bunch of people in it.
That's right.
Start grassroots.
That's right.
Let it come from here up rather than down.
The internet's changing everything, but it's still a people business. It's
100%.
still person to
100%.
person, people
I said
business.
about
And
our
people
trade
like
back in the day.
Facebook.
We're not going to buy cars online. You're right. You don't. You research them. It's a marketplace. You're still going to buy
Right.
cars from people.
Right. And then so that's why we wanted to give. We always. I was always brought up that when I got in the car business a long time ago. I'm not even going to say the date.
13 not
Not
10.
even going to do it. No, hey.
We
Not
already
even
said the
gonna-
number. We spilled the beans.
Yeah.
If it's 40 years or 48 years, 84 years in the car business.
A million years ago.
Dog years, yes.
Yeah, dog years, exactly. When I give options. If when you're doing the shopping, give the customer options. So we would always give 3 options. Always just give 3 options, just about every time.
Or more, right?
Or
If you can,
more if you
sure.
can. So that's why we wanted to, when we built the software, I wanted to give them 6. Here's one place, 6 options, right on your screen. Play with the down payment. Play with it.
Sure.
Figure out make your deal. Then tell me you
Structure
want to
your
buy
deal.
it. Structure
Yep.
your deal.
Yep.
And then imagine one day I'm watching television, then here's
there
drive
they go,
time.
they're doing
Hey,
it,
I'm making my own.
Right.
Hey, you
Yep.
stole that. I want
That's right.
I want 5 cents for every time you say that.
Well, you got to get them patents, man. You got them patents
You got to
early,
get
man.
them patents and trademarks, man.
Yep.
So and all this, it's I'm like that's what the independent guys need, but no one independent guy is going to build it. No, they can't.
Strength in
Right.
numbers.
So we decided we'll build it. We'll do it. We'll set it on top of for the independent dealers guys to use. They can all do it. They can all give their start by give your current customers, your current sales, the experience, so that you can go head to head right there online with the customer, so that the experience isn't the thing that loses you the deal. The playing field's level now. It's my sales guys, my process, my service against your service.
That's right.
That's the way it should be.
Nationwide, backed nationwide, right?
Right.
By an organization like where we're at here today.
That would be that was our goal. Yes, at that time. That was
Preach,
our goal.
Larry Bruce. The dynamite monkey is back. You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Again.
that was our goal, and it's still our goal. But
Go viral.
100% still our goal. I think that the independent, I mean, you saw the Dairy Council do it. You saw beef. It's what's for dinner. That was a lot of ranchers, man. They figured not any one rancher is going to be able to take on these big processes, but to get all the independent ranchers together can win, and they did.
Right.
They did. They won.
Yes.
And you guys, I
uniting.
won by uniting and stop fighting what the customer wants. I can assure you, you're not going to win.
You know, it's a simple message. I tell my kids all the time. Many hands makes for light work. It's the same thing. There's strength in numbers, guys.
I mean,
Join together.
So dealers, especially independents, don't remain independent from your community.
Right.
Right. If you're not part of the pack, you will get gobbled up by the cheetah, by the tiger, by the lion coming and picking off the people that are straying behind and staying in their comfort zone and not moving.
We are the
what's
sleeping
changing.
giant.
Right.
This group of us is the sleeping giant
right.
that will
100%.
devour the cheetahs, the lions.
Right.
We're
Anytime
ants
they
individually.
turn
We're
towards,
We're
they
ants
ain't messing with
individually,
them. Right.
but we can devour the lions in the industry.
That's
We
right.
are
100%.
the sleeping
Right.
giant.
That's
I 100% agree.
All right, guys. So inside of that, we are about to put this entire convention to bed until next year again.
Yes, we
And
are.
with that, real quick, your closing remarks on what you thought about the event. Shout out to the NIADA team. Give them whatever love you have. Jeff, go ahead and kick it off. Larry, bring it on back to me. Just send this around.
I
guys.
just love being out in front of car people. I love
That always
dealerships.
feels
I love the conversations. When I don't do this for a while, I feel really bad. So it's been really great getting out, meeting good people, having great conversations. That's what's always inspiring for me. It's get in front of the people. I love the dealerships and the vendor community. So I appreciate that opportunity.
30 years plus in the business. This is my first time in the convention. I've
Oh,
been a
wow.
I've been a wholesaler, and I've been a member of the NIDA for almost a full 30 years. But because I'm a wholesaler, the industry, the convention was mostly for retailers, so I really didn't see the need to come. But wanting to network and missing the auctions, even just rubbing shoulders with other car guys, like you said, just being with other car guys, and how do we advance the cause of all other car guys, and just being together. I really,
And if you're looking for an automotive related domain, this is your guy.
Yeah, he's got
Cardomain.com.
him. He's got him. And
Larry,
you're
what's your
definitely
thoughts? Put a
speaking
pin
my
in it.
language.
I mean, well, my thoughts have always been the same as you guys. I hate Zoom and all these virtual, but we got to do it. It makes sense. I love it. I like it better when we can talk face to face. But and so these are almost the only ways we
necessary
get to do it.
evils, but that's what the market is spoken to say they want.
This
So.
is almost the only way we get to do it anymore. And you know, it's just sitting in the bar, having a drink, talking. That's where the best ideas and the best stuff. I love doing that.
Networking.
I mean, I've gotten my best stuff, my best solutions, not networking with car guys in a bar on a napkin.
Building the relationship, even still, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Even inside of these masterminds, again, the setting the tone to be here face to face, have actual face time with each other is critical. Putting the phones down for the moment, listening to what's being said, sharing the ideas. I think the team did an outstanding job of giving the right sessions this year to the right people, a good mix of it, the right timing. I think you guys did an excellent job. Of course, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement, and we know that you are going to improve it. And from what the word on the block is, you guys heard it from Jeff right here on this show yesterday or 2 days ago. It's going to be at the Fountain Blue next year. So things are getting a little bit upgraded, a little more,
fancy.
you know, a little more like the big boys, if you will, which we absolutely love. But that's what happens when enough people come together and get unified. We all get upgraded together. And we're very, very thankful for the opportunity.
Rising tide rises all boats.
I do not want
100%.
to miss Forgive, Focus, and Fly.
We
I've
are
got
not.
to play.
There
Let's
ain't
forgive,
no
focus,
way-
and
He's
fly.
about to fly out of here.
I got to
So,
fly.
we got to share these F-bombs that don't offend the moms.
All right.
And that's we wipe off the weight of unforgiveness. We forgive, we focus, we stretch out, and we fly, and we keep growing all the time. So, help us
guys
real
ready?
quick.
Here we go.
On three, hands on the shoulders.
Here we go.
Boom. 1, 2, 3. Forgive, focus,
And
fly, and keep growing,
and growing,
On the
and
gut
coaching, and coaching,
OJC.
and growing. OJC.
OJC.
All right, guys.
You down with
Thanks
OJC?
for joining us.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
for
know
having
me.
me.
We'll
All right.
talk to you soon.
Really good
Everybody,
talking to you
fly
guys.
All
safe.
right.
Great
Excellent.
to meet
Thank
you.
you
We'll
very
see you
much.
soon.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. This is DealerCast 2.5.
5, and
We
we're
are
out.
Boom.